not really going to have many problems here, are we? First shot. Arrow straight.
How much better at golf can a +4 handicapper actually get? Today we're at Golf Spot UK working with my coach Michael Beaumont and we're having a lesson. The catch though, he's not even going to look at my golf swing.
Last one was 1.6 foot. That's launched 23. So that's launched a little higher, but it's gone a touch shorter.
Yeah.
Launch was what, 20? 22 that time? What was it, the one before?
Was it 20?
21.
Yeah.
So, okay, launch. Gone, let's go, yeah, that's fine.
Will that come from a further club path going right, that one, compared to the one?
I think so. I mean, it's only a fraction. Faces a hair open as well on the last one. Launch 23, but you see that's shorter now.
Okay, yeah.
So the face is becoming more open, but it's interesting because the spin on that's an italic, so it's not quite got it. So
Okay.
Trackman, it's a solid number if it's got it. It's not got it, it's italic. But you've gone from 155 to 164. So you got 9 yards, which is 27 foot in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you've got, what's the variables, the key in it? Launch has gone up a degree. Tack angle, path's almost the same on all of them.
Okay.
So the face angle's the variable. Yeah?
Got ya.
So if the face angle's becoming more open, the other thing is it becoming open because the lie angle's changed. No, it's becoming open around the shaft. So the face angle gets a little more open, and that's what's giving you the change in launch.
So that's my rotation round, I'm leaving it.
Well, that's
Could
where
be.
it's.
Could
How
be.
do you want to? So if I said to you, your average launch says 22. What if you tried to launch it 19?
Okay. All right. So.
Failed 27, 20.6. But look how your face is better.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, here's thinking about the launch angle of the golf ball. You start to intuitively square it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I said to you launch it lower, so you put the handle forward, you might not have the face open.
Yeah.
So if you're going to hit that shot, now try and launch it 19 again.
Okay.
But the shot, last one was 167 as well. 19.2, close, interesting. So now the face is a little more closed.
Yeah.
So you're using the face angle to affect the lock, okay? Now try and launch it 19 without it shut,
Got it.
which means you've then got to affect the dynamic loft on the golf club. Tough challenge, that, isn't it?
I felt good though.
Yeah, I bet it did. Yeah, I bet it did, because
It felt square, it just...
so it felt square.
Yeah.
The launch on that is 20.4. Now, if you go on the Optimizer 7-iron speed, right?
This is 8, Mike.
Okay, well that's not problematic. Let's see what it thinks that an 8-iron should launch at on that.
Okay.
That's a little bit more closed, isn't it? What's the launch? Yeah, so look at that, right? So it thinks, even on 8-iron, on that speed, mid-trajectory, I mean,
Yeah.
we're right in the middle of that. The 6.2 is debatable because that could even just be the ball with spin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a tricky one, but that's distance related. But your launch is 20.7,
Yeah.
right? So your first ones were definitely launching a little bit too high.
What were they, 23?
23,
Yeah, okay.
right? Now, the question becomes, how do you affect the launch? And, you know, what are the key characteristics that you're looking at in flight? I mean, you know, when you're an elite level player, it's all about distance. It's all about hitting the ball the right distance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you could hit the ball the correct distance, how many birdies are you going to make?
So my variance in distance was coming from
Face angle.
face angle at impact, yeah.
But your face angle wasn't just the fact that it was either just open or square. When it's just open, it's also got more loft.
Yeah.
It's also affecting where it strikes. It's then affecting the
Yeah,
spin
so-
on the ball, the launch, how far it goes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Now, the different lies that you play on the golf course, they're then going to affect that as well.
Yeah.
And I think what you want to be able to do is, as a good player, this is a fake environment because you don't play off a flat mat with no wind, right?
Yeah.
But what this allows you to do is get a stock number of a decent lie and how far it goes.
Yeah.
Now, if I challenged it and goes, okay, so I want you to hit me the next shot 166, right? You've got to hit it 166 using whatever you've got. Now, if you hit it 169, you're 3 yards out.
Yeah.
And if I give you, I don't know, 10 shots, 15 shots, and I measure how far out you are on a series of numbers, I could go, Lewis, you are, I don't know, 50 yards out in 20 shots, right? Then I send you to play golf and go, every shot you hit, measure the distance, measure how far you hit it, and add them up as well, right? Then if you play in a tournament, do the same. We'll then be able to see whether or not you do different things in different conditions, which would allow you to then evaluate how good you are at controlling the distance. We already know you're very good at hitting it, right? And I think that's the missing link in the game. The missing link becomes the transferability from a practice to the course.
Yeah. And then to tournament golf as well. Yeah.
Now, if you could play golf and hit, in practice, say, I don't know, 50 foot or 50 yards, let's make it yards. Then you go to play golf and you do 70 yards, you'd go, okay, so why are we less good on that? Well, probably because every shot's off a different lie. You've got to decide whether the lie, the spin, where it strikes the face, the wind condition, the temperature, you've got to evaluate all that to the distance as well. And then you become able to go, actually, this kid will shoot 65 at the weekend. Why? Well, because he's going to hit it inside that. And he's only going to get so many putts. And I think the tour players now who are taking Trackman on the golf course can evaluate the numbers off different lies. And in
that's
different conditions.
Yeah.
So they can, you know, you imagine you get a caddy on Saturday morning or Wednesday morning who's going out to Trackman and the caddy's going, this is playing 135, but the wind, but the condition, probably the shot's going to play 140. They hit the ball, they measure it, is it gone the distance, and is the conditions affected the ball in the way they think? You know what I mean? So you become less technical, but you actually become more skillful, and I think the skill actually improves the technique anyway.
Yeah, because you learn how to manipulate the
But
face or
I think
whatever you need. Don't you?
I think that's the skill of the game, right? So if we put it at, oh, here you go, look. 162.
Slightly uphill. It's a tight green.
20 foot uphill. So 20 foot uphill is gonna be 7, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's about 170, isn't it?
So it's going to play 170 flat. There's no, yeah, it's going to play 170. You got it. I don't, so if it's 170, I think the greens are on 10.
Okay.
And medium, so what's the land on 170?
And the
164, something like that.
Yeah, okay, so you can...
Because like, your 170 is where it's going to roll out. If we land that 170, we could end up chipping.
Yeah, off the back. Okay.
You got it.
Here we are. Straight at it.
What's the yardage? Oh, now that's going to be interesting. So what's the land on that? 154, but that's taking into account the uphill, innit?
Yeah.
Which we reckon is 6 or 7. So that's landing basically just over 160. But the launch was 22 with 7 spin. So
I've got to figure out, because at the minute, when I launch it high, that's when I hit it straight.
correct. But you either going to launch it high and finish it a fraction shorter.
Yeah.
Or work out how to launch it
lower, but not close the face.
Without closing the face.
Yeah.
That's going to be the key in it. So we're going to make this an awkward yardage. 153.
Okay.
So you've got to hit it. You've got to control that sort of in between where it's like it's not hard enough to be an 8, but then you've got to force the 9.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to take a bit off it, and it's how you do it. Do you do it through length of swing, speed of swing, way you grip the golf club?
All right, so
I think that's what makes it.
Yeah, I'll grip down. Because 160 before, so 7 yards. So if I grip down, it should take 5 yards off, I reckon.
I think the thing is, the only thing you've got is you've got to experiment with it to work out how you control it. And when you take yardage off, how does that affect the alignment of your club face as well? Because you've literally landed that 154, so it's not far off the number. But because you've done it slower and you've took speed out of it, you've actually just lost the face a little bit. So you've got to be able to match the two up.
So there. Oh no. So yeah, that's where I start to...
Yeah, you just... Because everything's at a slightly different speed, you ain't quite got the same level of control. Whereas if we say, right, we're going to hit it flat out, you got more control.
Yeah.
And then if you go around the golf course and you play 18 holes and you look at your dispersion front to back over the distance you've got and total it, it'll give you an indication of how good you are at hitting the distance you want to hit.
Yeah, in terms of, how far short and past you are.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to some of the silly 61s you've shot, what would be the distance control variance that? Maybe, certainly certain days you end up with the distances you want, you know what I mean? You've always got full shots. Some days you might have shots where, they're all in between and they're tough.
Yeah, like I'm struggling with this one here, just to... Yeah.
Now it's one where, you go a little bit shorter on the way back, but then a little more committed through it so you can square the face. Maybe some of the variations is matching up the face and the body at different speeds. See that? You've hit the right distance.
Yeah, and that felt better going shorter with a more committed turn through it.
So now see if you can play it in shorter with your little draw, to land on the right number. So like, all that's happening is your intention is actually focusing you on the skill. So if we just say, just hit it this far, that's great, but we seem to get lots of different variations in the shot. The more we give detail in relation to, I want you to hit me this shot, this distance, this flight, you start almost intensifying your focus on what you want to do. So now we're hitting shots that are really close, and all we've done is gone, let's do it hitting this shot.
Yeah. And I think that helps. Like when I start to decel, and then my dispersion
Gets wider.
Yeah, so I've got to swing it shorter, grip down, but then still rotate at a...
Yeah, and you know, when you're looking at it, you know, you can challenge yourself with lots of different things, whether it be distance, direction, shape, trajectory. That's going to increase. That's just going to improve your level of skill.
Because now I feel like my starting line's bang on it.
And then maybe there's something in it in terms of when you're on the golf course, you start your routine or something by actually making a decision as to what you want. Yeah. What flight do you want? What trajectory do you want? Shape do you want? And then match it up with the speed.
Yeah.
Because clearly just hitting it, you know, gives you higher dispersion. Now the reality is what's actually happening is the differences in club face, there's differences in path, there's differences in attack angle. Yeah, but you know, the best players, it's more about how far the ball's gone. You know, in the old, when they look at it these days, Scheffler's literally got 3 or 4 numbers that relate to the ball flight, and that's all he's interested in. You know,
and I feel like I do that with my wedges, with the wedge chart, but I think
that's why you're really good with it.
Yeah. I think I need to take this on to the, because those last 5 have been 8 foot, haven't they?
Yeah, you need to simplify it and become more effective. You know, if you want to hit a certain shot, it's going to change everything.
Yeah.
And if you look at a swing and you think, okay, that's getting a little bit this way or that way, then what you do is you use the shot and change the intention to mould the swing in the way you want to go. That way you'll start becoming, you know, far more effective on the golf course. And, you know, the thing that people struggle with all the time is actually scoring better after some sort of lesson, right? Yeah. The reality is, you know, it's more you being challenged and seeing what you can do and how you do things, you know, and like your feels. I mean, always the interesting thing is like your feels of what you think's happening against what's happening are probably nowhere near. So your perceptions of straight, of square, they tend to be flawed. You know what I mean? So by having a go at different things, you start opening doors to different possibilities. You start hitting better shots, you start understanding what to do, and then when you get on the golf course, you're better at executing.
Bit short that, but...
And you know what? The thing I say to everybody here is, if they can leave here and they've learnt something, then it's worthwhile. A list of things to remember does not relate to learning something.
No, and nothing's been swing, has it, today?
I don't think no. I know, I pretty much know this swing works inch to inch, and we can dissect it if that's what you want, but I'm not sure.
It's not going to make me
I'm not sure that fragmenting something down to the smallest pieces makes you better at doing it.
So that's just...
It's got a flow to it though, it just works. So like, you know, and if I wanted the swing to do this or that, I just change your intention. Look how sports people develop skills. You know what I mean? We tend to learn things by just failing until we can do it.
Yeah. Last one. Let one more.
It's always nice you finish by knocking in the hole.
Yeah. Let's try that.
But just knock it on the green might be good. Aye. Imagine if you stood there and there's money at stake and you've got to hit it close.
Just like that.
That's got a chance. Oh man, I thought it might have rolled up. The only thing I would say to you is, if I was hitting into that green, I'd want it just below the pin, because that uphill putt's got to be easier than if you pass the flag. It's almost like you've got to hit it 145 in the air.
Yeah.
Because it's running out literally 12 yards. That's the
yardage.
That's the yardage. Perfect.
Finish on that one. I think if you look at the best golfers in the world, they're able to control their ball flight, hit the correct yardage more times than not by assessing the lie, the shot they want, the conditions of the course and the wind. So the next time you're practicing with a launch monitor or out on the course, make sure you look at how far you're hitting the yardage and if you're hitting the correct yardage you want to. And by doing this, you're going to shoot lower scores and become a better golfer in general. It's not all about the swing. Sometimes it's how you play the shot and how close to execution you can get this. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.